Hi, Dustin. How you doing? You're talking to Matt and Jim.
What's happening, brother?
Good to talk to you, man. Very interesting fight you have coming up. This has kind of been speculated about, and I'm really happy that it's happening against Max.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to get that call, and good thing I was already in South Florida working, and here we are, man, a few weeks away from it.
Do you feel like you have like an edge over him because you not only do you have a victory, I mean, you subbed him, and I mean, are you looking at that? Is there a lot you're putting on that, or are you looking at him like a different guy because of what he's done since?
Yeah, man, if I would be fooling myself and disrespecting the hustle of mixed martial arts if I thought this was the same fight 7 years later. We've both been in the UFC for the past 7 years, fighting the best guys. He's gone on the title run. He's breaking records. He beat the best featherweight, arguably the best featherweight in the history of mixed martial arts. He beat him twice. This is a different fight.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, everyone kind of figures that you're going to try to take it on the ground, and Max is going to try to stand.
Huh. Well, everyone needs to tune in and see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I guess I can't expect you to give away whether or not that's a good thought or a terrible thought.
I mean, don't. Max is really value in his accuracy. Everything's looking. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about the guy striking or about really anything he's been doing. But I've been doing it longer, and I feel like I'm going to expose some holes in his game. And if he makes a mistake, of course I'll put him on his back. This is mixed martial arts. But if he stands in the pocket, I'll put him on his back with a right hook as well. So we'll see how it unfolds. But I'm a complete fighter.
What did you think about, I mean, the fight against Ortega, everybody kind of went into it the same thought. Obviously, everybody knew Ortega wanted to take him down, and he was just a complete inability to do that to Max. I mean, Max was incredible in his ability to not be taken down.
Yeah, but I can wrestle, I'm not saying Ortega can't wrestle at all, but I feel like if I get in on Max's legs, I'm going to put him on his back, Me and Ortega aren't the same fighters. We come from his jiu-jitsu is great, and he's for sure tough and has a warrior's heart. Ortega does, but and I'm not talking shit on Ortega. I like the guy and a great fighter, and he's a great fighter. I fought on a few cards with him. We've hung out fight weeks multiple times, and I like him and all his coaches. But I believe I'm a better wrestler.
And, the division is very interesting, especially because, no one's sure exactly what Tony's status is going to be for a little while. He may take some time off until he gets everything, straightened out. So you have Khabib sitting out, I guess, for however 6 more months or 8 more months, whatever it is. And then yourself against Max for the interim belt. And Conor is talking about coming back. And, again, I know this is future speculation, but he's already talking about how he wants to come back in July. And it would be interesting if he came back because he only wants to fight in the main event, and the UFC only wants to put title shots in the main event, where the interim title holder, either you or Max, fights him for the interim belt, and then the winner of that fights Khabib.
It sounds cool, but I think defending an interim belt is crazy. But it could happen. But honestly, man, like you said, that's not even a reality until April 13th happens. And I have my hands full, 25 minutes with Max. We'll cross those next bridges when we get there. But, I see Max was going back and forth with Conor the other day on Twitter and stuff. Dude, I can't even see that far. I know the challenges that are, 5 rounds with Max. I know how serious of a fight that is. I know what it's going to take of me to meet those requirements and check all those boxes. And that's all I'm focused on, man, is winning April 13th. These guys can talk and focus on other fights, but by the pay-per-view April 13th, you're going to see the best Dustin Poirier.
Dustin, let me ask you, excuse me, did you see the altercation of with Jorge Masvidal versus Leon Edwards over the weekend?
Yeah, Jorge's a good buddy of mine, man. He was Till's a southpaw, so me and him worked a lot. And he's a rangy, good striker. George is crafty, so he was helping me for Max, and I was helping him for Till.
Yeah, no, because I know you guys are teammates, and I know you know him very well. Now, let me ask you, with that situation, do you think there's a line with the talking shit? I mean, how do you think he handled that, and what's your just thoughts on that altercation?
I haven't spoke to George. I don't know the whole thing. You know, what people put out on social media and video clips aren't the real story most of the time. Definitely George threw some hands at him, but I don't know the whole story. But I mean, that's the kind of guy George is. Like he was, like George has said before, man. These guys think this is fun, and this is they're on TV all the time, and this is, you know, they're gonna get people retweeting stuff and talking about cool shit that they said. But this is real life to guys like George, guys like me. You know, this is real life. This isn't some fun schoolyard type of stuff. You know, you talk stuff whenever you talk shit, and whenever you see a person in the flesh, you know, bad stuff's gonna happen. You know.
I mean, it's always that potential. That's why I tell people that all the time. I mean, there's that old saying that Jimmy likes to say: if you talk shit, you get hit, right, Jimmy?
I do say that a lot.
That's why I don't talk shit to you.
You know, yeah.
I wouldn't hit you. I'm lying.
And I don't, you know, I'm not a guy who talks a lot of shit to people. But if I scream it, it's because I mean it. So, you know, I don't go around saying stuff about people and trying to make headlines like a lot of these younger guys do nowadays. But if I do, just know that I mean it 100%.
And, you know, there was I guess after Gaethje, after you won over Gaethje, you said something about going to sleep with a belt around your waist one night just to tell your wife you did it because she was, you know, she's been there from the beginning and you would sleep in broken down motel. You know, just it was a rough go, I guess, for a while. So what was it like when you were told you were getting this shot at the interim belt, talking to her?
She went back home with my daughter to Louisiana, and I stayed here in Florida. She went back for like a little bit over a week just to visit, you know, because I came out here not knowing I had a fight, and they came with me. So we were just here for a while, and they were getting homesick, so they went back home for a few days, and I actually got the call when she was back in Louisiana. So she called me, and we were just talking, and I kind of played it cool, like I didn't have any fight news, and then I told her out of the blue, and she started crying and stuff. But, you know, it's been a long time, and she's always told me I was going to do it, and she believed in me in times that I didn't believe in myself. And, you know, like you said, that interview that I was talking, all that stuff's true. You know, me and her used to live in a little house with no heater and huddle together wearing jacket to sleep at night and surround the bed with these little space heaters. And you know, we been together a long time, and it's just part of the process that I put a belt up on the mantle, man. It's just part of the work that I put in and the next step in my life, and I'm very confident that I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's a really interesting matchup. Although, you know, Max is, I guess, on a 13-fight win streak, and you fought some amazing guys recently. You beat, I mean, you're unbeaten in how many fights? But I mean, you went through Alvarez, the one time he couldn't continue. Gaethje, Pettis. I mean, you've done nothing but fight great fighters and beat them. So this is something I think everybody wants to see.
Yeah, man, this is a fight. When they called me, it was out of left field. I was surprised at the name, but I was excited for the matchup and the opportunity. I'm the kind of guy that gets out of bed for fights like this. These are the fights that get me excited, you know, and because I know what Max is going to bring. He's going to bring his championship mentality and his championship pace and his confidence of being a undisputed world champion. He's looking to add records to his career. You know, he's already got a bunch of impressive records. And I'm just excited for the challenge, man.
Now, before this fight was announced, I mean, were you thinking that Max was going to come up? Or what was your thoughts before they told you that they were going to do this? Did you have, like, I'm probably going to wind up fighting Tony? Or what did you think was going to happen before this came to be?
Yeah, I thought I was going to end up fighting Tony or Connor or even your guy, you know. I had this wasn't even in my list of possibilities. And
then they just kind of hit you with it out of left field. And how do you think that the lack of cut or the smaller cut is going to affect Max?
You know, honestly, my first fight at 155 when I bounced back up, I had one of the smoother cuts, and I felt really good. It was maybe a couple fights later that I had trouble making it. So it just depends. You know, Max isn't a small guy. It's not like he's
right.
A Chad Mendez coming up to 155 or... You know, he's got the length and he's got the height and the range. He's a big guy. He cuts a lot of weight. You know, wasn't there a time where he tried to fill in for somebody and fight Khabib, and the athletic commission wouldn't let him cut the weight? You know,
yeah,
he was too heavy.
I want to say it was 31 pounds he had to cut, and he said he was fine. And the New York State Athletic
Yeah,
Commission jumped in and said no.
This guy's walking around in the 180s off season, and solid. He's a solid guy. So it just depends. I think the quality of opponent is going to be like guys like me. I'm going to be a little bit stronger than guys that he's fought. But I think he's going to fill into the weight class if he stays there. I don't think he's not going to be outsized by anybody too much.
All right, well, everyone's looking forward to this. The main event of 236. It's on Saturday, April 13th. Absolutely, people should get this pay-per-view. This is an incredible fight. And the co-main, I believe, is Gastelum Adesanya for the interim middleweight belt.
Yep. Sick. Awesome, man.
Another hell of a fight right there, man.
Yeah, it's a shame about Whitaker, too. He's such a great fighter and such a savage guy. It must have been heartbreaking for him to drop out. So hopefully he'll be back soon and then fight the winner of that fight.
Right, I wish him the best, man. Him and I also wish Tony the best, man. I don't know what's going on, but I hope everything's good with those guys.
Yeah, it's nice to see. He's been getting a lot of love. I mean, people kind of understand that it's just one of those things that hopefully he can get together because everyone, even people who he's gone back and forth with, are sending him nice wishes on Twitter. So
100%.
it's good to hear.
Right, it's good. It's good for sure when the MMA community comes together for stuff like that. It happens every now and then, and it makes me happy to see that.
Yeah, I mean, if it's some kind of a mental health issue, I mean, look, everyone has people in their family that have it, or a friend that has it. So it's not, it's not something people haven't seen before. So you hate to see it affecting a guy's career.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
All right, Dustin.
Well, good talking to you, man.
Yeah, thanks for talking to us, buddy.
Of course, brother. Thank you, guys.
All right, take care.
Take care, bro.